So I am really nervous. I look out and you guys are all so beautiful, and I'm just so honored to be here and to be a part of making someone's wish come true. It's somewhere I never thought I would be. So my name is April Thacker, and I am a survivor of human trafficking. Human trafficking has a revenue estimated to like 150 billion a year. That's, I'm so nervous. That's 20.9 million victims of human trafficking. To me, that is just astronomical when I think of that number. You know, when we think of human trafficking, we think that it happens overseas and that it is an issue that doesn't affect us. But the fact is that it happens in the United States and it happens in Columbus, Ohio. Last year, a yearly revenue of, not revenue, so I'm trying to remember all these statistics because I feel like that's what's going to make an impact on you if I tell you how many people are affected. But what I can tell you is I can tell you my story. I am a survivor of human trafficking, and it affected me. But today, I am no longer a victim. I am truly a survivor, and it's because of wonderful organizations like Freedom a la carte. I endured multiple traumas and abuse, and you know, when we think of human trafficking in Ohio, we think, well, was she bound? Was she held against her will? No, I wasn't. I was at a party, and I was using recreational drugs, which made me an easy prey because they said, well, let's give her something else. They gave me crack cocaine, and I became addicted. It's a very strong substance. Before I knew it, I was addicted, and a female said, well, you know, I thought she was being my friend. She said, you know, you come with me, we'll go out here and we'll look out for each other and we'll get each other, you know, what we need. And she said, you just walk down the street with me. You just walk down the street, you don't have to do anything. I'll get in the car and I'll take care of it and I'll come back and I'll share with you. Very quickly that turned into, now you walk down the street with me and you get in the car with me. You sit in the back seat and you don't have to do anything. And then I'll share with you. Then it turned into, now you get in the front seat and you take care of business. And I'll sit in the back seat and I'll protect you. That very quickly turned into, now you go and I'll be here waiting for you. See, the traffickers here in Ohio, my story, and most of the women that we serve at Freedom a la carte, drugs is a part of their story. These traffickers are so good that they manipulate them and make them think that we choose to go out and sell our bodies for drugs. I don't know about you, but when I was a little girl, never said, I want to grow up and be a prostitute. It wasn't my plan. But they were so good at their manipulation that they made me think that I chose it. That I'm now addicted to drugs and this is what I'm going to do to get them. But you better believe that every time I got out of the car and I went to that drug house, there was someone there to collect my money. When I was out there wasn't very many organizations to help me. I was the criminal. I've been pulled over with the John, and you know what the cop said to him? I bet your wife's gonna be mad at you. You know what he did to me? He put handcuffs on me, and he put me in the cruiser and took me to jail. And this was the cycle for me for years. And I couldn't get out of it because who's gonna help me? Who's gonna help a prostitute like me? And then one day I finally went to my judge and I begged for a program, and he did. He got me a program. And I just knew that I wanted to fight for my life. When you endure the trauma and the victimization that I went through, I mean, I thought if I wasn't going to get help, I was going to take my own life, or I was going to die from the drugs because I had progressed to doing heroin. I was less than 100 pounds. I wanted to die. So when I got into this program, I worked really hard to embody everything that they were trying to teach me because I didn't want to have to go back to that life. I was in my 3rd year of recovery, and it came time for me to go to that next step, to look for employment. When I went looking for jobs, nobody would give me an opportunity. It's like society was going to keep me a victim forever and not let me prove that I could be a member of society. And then I found Freedom a la carte. Freedom a la carte is a workforce training program that takes survivors like me and they give us an opportunity to be something different. They teach us basic skills. How to clock in, how to use kitchen equipment, how to be dependable and accountable. Things I'd never ever seen because I came from a life of poverty. They taught me things. There was good morals there and good models there. And I just bloomed there. I just was like a sponge and I ate up everything I could. Because I wanted to prove not only to them, but to myself that I was more than that girl who walked down the street and would put needles in her arms and go to jail all the time. I worked my way up to the lead kitchen supervisor. When I started Freedom a la carte, I was also started my first year of college at Columbus State. Freedom a la carte is more than just a job. It teaches you more than just workforce skills. They're a family. They love us. It's a safe place. They were with me when I went all through school. I had 2 internships, which were crazy, but they supported me. They worked around my recovery, and they worked around my school and my education because it was important to them. They wanted to make me a self-sufficient human being, and I wanted it too. Last semester, I graduated Columbus State with my associate's degree in mental health and addiction studies. And I'm now in my 2nd semester at Capitol for social work. And I've been at Freedom a la carte, I'm going on my 6th year. I am now the case manager of Freedom. I'm able to give the new girls coming in what Freedom gave me. Hope, understanding, compassion, that you can do it attitude. Today I am fully self-sufficient. All my life and even in my childhood, I was on welfare. My mom was on the system my whole life. And in recovery, I had a government medical card and food stamps. I had the poverty mentality, generational poverty. That's all I knew. When I started making enough money and the welfare department told me they were going to take my food stamps, I about died. I thought, oh my God, if they take my food stamps, I won't be able to eat. But they slowly started winging me down, and I was only getting $100 a month anyway. But it's that mentality that I had, that I could not do it without them. Then a few months later, they told me they were going to take my medical card. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get a horrible disease, and I'm going to die, and I'm not going to have medical care now. Well, that's not the case. Today, I am fully self-sufficient. I have no food stamps. I pay for my own medical, which is amazing. But that was very scary for me too. I just recently purchased my own home, which is pretty amazing. You know, human trafficking, it happens right here in Columbus. I was trafficked on Sullivan Avenue, just a few short blocks from downtown. People walked by me, they would throw rocks at me, they would throw urine on me, they would call me horrible names, and this is happening right here. These traffickers are so good at what they do that we don't even realize it's happening to us. It took 3 years in recovery before I identified as a survivor of human trafficking. Because even up until that point, I thought I made a choice, that I chose this life. But I didn't. It's not easy to come up here, and I will never, ever try to memorize statistics again. Because I was trying to be something I wasn't. And that's not me. I'm April, I'm a survivor, and I'm a fighter. And I hope that coming up here, I hope coming up here and telling you a little bit of my story will bring awareness, because I know that without awareness, there will not be programs like Freedom a la carte, Catch Court, and change will not happen. We have to be aware before action can happen so change can occur. And that's all I'm going to say because I'm done. Thank you.